Hello, YouTubers. I would like to share a little philosophy with you. They say life is like a deck of cards. You never know what you're gonna get. You could find love, or get a happy fortune, or you could get a blow to the head and find yourself 6 feet under. I guess you were wondering about what playing cards have to do with telling the future. Channel your energy into a deck of cards and they'll tell the future for you. But be cautious, for the future can be very ambiguous in its message. The lady in this story, who believes she can earn herself a quick buck just from someone shuffling a few cards, is about to learn that lesson firsthand. So sit back, with palms down, as we find out for Our Lady what the future holds. Tarot cards play a role in our lives for those who wish to know the future. They pay an overpriced charge to mediums which they happily take and nurture. Such was the case of the woman in this story, who told predictions based on her own impulse. Her predictions were always joyful. Didn't matter if they were false. She brought her tarot cards from a corner shop, which by no means is never good. Decks must be handed down by other mediums, channeling his energy as it would. She got a visit from an unexpected client, who unbeknownst to her was a medium as well. She sat down by the table and paid the charge to see what prediction the lady would foretell. She watched the lady work her trickery, eyeing every card she flipped over. She could already tell she was a fake. The money paid was what drove her. After witnessing the joyful reading, the medium asked for a glass of water, switching the decks while she was absent before guzzling the water she brought her. The lady happily showed her the door, as the medium bid farewell to her. As she collected the cards from the table, she could feel an eerie sensation come over her. She dropped the cards for a moment, then the pain went away. She picked them up again. What is going on? She could not say. She did not see any more clients that day, as she closed up shop early. She decided to play with them herself, examining the cards thoroughly. But as she aligned the cards on the table, all sorts of visions came into her head. As she started reading the predictions, all she got was a feeling of dread. It's not wise to do your own predictions. Every card she flipped produced a heavy breath. The result was always the same, with some event leading up to her inevitable death. Quickly she put the cards away before going to bed that night. But the visions foretold made her restless, as she woke up with a terrible fright. The next day clients came calling, asking for the usual joyous readings. Wide-eyed and baggy, she could still feel the energy as she commenced with the proceedings. Every reading made was far from joyous, as each one ended with some kind of tragedy. Her clients were a little skeptical at first, before unusual things started to occur drastically. After a while, they all came flocking to her, figuring she was gifted with the sight. Teary-eyed, they begged her to continue, but even the money she was earning no longer felt right. Eventually, she closed up shop for good, admitting to her clients that she was a big fake. She had not slept well since that day with the medium, and decided to burn the cards for her own sake. She watched the cards burn on the fireplace, before making her way upstairs to bed. But no sooner did she turn her head to look at the table. There they were, stacked, and once again that feeling of dread. Finally, enough was enough. She looked through the yellow pages for a medium. A scheme began to form in her mind, to channel the energy and be free of them. She visited the medium situated in a dark alleyway, and she went away briefly to prepare. Sneakily, she swapped the decks around. The feeling of freedom was too much to bear. The medium read her future with the swapped cards, looking at her face with concern. For as our lady first predicted, the same result that will forever burn. She went off in a rage, calling her a fake, but ended up greeted by a mugger who stabbed her to death. As for the medium who received the cards, a happy, joyous future? Don't hold your breath. Well, I think she got the point. As for the medium in question, life has just dealt her a very dangerous hand. Until next time, YouTubers, remember to play your cards right. You could just lose everything.